have an 18 by 24 inch canvas. I went ahead and primed the canvas with some Bob Ross liquid white, so the canvas is wet and ready to be painted on, and it's all slick and ready to rock and roll. And I thought today we would do basically a fan brush painting. The name of my channel is Mike's Fan Brush, so I thought today we would just basically do primarily an entire painting using fan brushes. So I went ahead and pulled out the good old number 10 big boy, and I'm going right into my Phthalo Blue, and I'm loading it up just like you would your 2-inch brush. And I'm going to come right over here, and I'm just going to start kind of just swirling. I just want to get that little corner right there, and then I'm just going to start kind of swirling it around, and just like that, having fun, coming in, and we'll go ahead and blend it out, but just have some fun. Just thought today we'd do something nice and different. Pull out these fan brushes and just show you how you can do an awesome mountain painting using just using some fan brushes. And I'm just coming in like so, maybe just like that, maybe a little bit darker there. Just come in, there we go. I'm just going to come in just like this and kind of just blend it a little bit. I'm going to leave it right here open, and I'm going to go ahead and just load up. I think I'm going to go ahead and just for fun do the same thing down here. So just come in and just try to get that corner right there, and come in, swirl it around. There we go. So this will be some water down here, so we'll go ahead and just get some of this in there so it kind of reflects it, and maybe something like that. There we go. Maybe something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this down, and this is where I'll kind of cheat. I'm gonna go ahead and use a 2-inch brush, and I'm gonna go right here and just start doing these little crisscross strokes like so, just like this. And I'll start here at the bottom where it's light, and then work my way up. Okay. And there you go. There you go. See? Get some nice action going. Get some nice action going. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that hair and pull that hair, and I got a fuzzy and a fuzzy right there. Let me knock that off. There we go. Ooh, another little fuzzy. I get fuzzies because I use, when I'm done painting, I'll clean it with some paint thinner or mineral spirits, and then I'll go ahead and use some baby wipes on my brushes. I'm gonna go ahead and just get that little fuzzy. So sometimes you get a little bit of fuzzies there. So I'm gonna come right back down here on the bottom and just kind of hypnotize that as well. There we go. And then I'm just going to go like this because it is water, so you want these horizontal strokes. But there we go. There we go. Let me put that down. I'm going to go ahead and just grab a number 3 fan brush, and I'm just going to hop right into some white. And I'm going to come right up in here and kind of find a spot, maybe right there, and just start to kind of work it and bring it up and have some fun. Kind of extend these little clouds that we already put in here. There you go. Let me go ahead and do that, get a little bit more color. There we go. Come in just like that. You get really nice detail. And oof, maybe we'll have one more like so. I'm just coming in like this. There we go. Let me put that down. I'll use that same 2-inch brush. Now I'm going to come in. Let me just kind of blend that. And then just underneath the cloud. Underneath the cloud, so it kind of just blends right on in. And then same thing here. Underneath that cloud. And over here. There we go. You can do it like this and just use the corner. I kind of like to use a little bit more of the brush. And then I'm going to come in because I don't like all that detail in there. I'm gonna come in and just go like this, kind of fluff it, and then just pushes it into the canvas. There we go. And I'll put this one maybe this way. Very soft. There you go. And then of course you get a little fuzzy and a little fuzzy and a little fuzzy. Let me knock that off. And just come back nice and slow. Nice and slow. And I'm going to get a little bit down here. Just a little bit down there. So I'll grab a little bit more. And we'll just come in and just... You're just going backwards. It's the opposite. Just the opposite. Just like that. So we have a little bit. And same thing. You're going to come in. It's going to go like this. Kind of fluff it. And then straight across. So we get the water. There we go. And just like that, you have beautiful sky and you have a beautiful, beautiful land or water working. With your palette knife, let's go ahead and mix up a mountain color here. I'm going to use some black, about that amount, and you're going to do about the same amount of your Phthalo Blue and your Alizarin Crimson, or the pink stuff. There you go. And you're just going to come in and just mix that up. Make sure you have a nice pile. There. There we go. I'm going to clean that knife. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a fan brush. There we go. Nope. Another number 3 fan brush. I'm going to go ahead and load this up. Like so. And we'll go ahead and put in, I don't know, some kind of nice kind of mountain or something like so. Maybe we'll have it come up, come down. Just like this, and there we go. Let me load up a little bit more. And just come, you see how I'm shaking it? There you go. Just something so you get some movement. Might as well. There. There you go. And we'll go ahead and get a little bit more. And maybe this guy comes up. We'll have him come up like this. There you go. And then maybe something like that. There you go. And then just come in and just pull that paint down. Just like that. Just pull it down. There we go. There. There we go. Go ahead and just make this, might as well make this a little bit bigger. Get some dark in there. Bring it down. Maybe something about so. Maybe something about so. There we go. And maybe we'll have a little something else. Maybe, I don't know. We'll just put something like that. Let's darken it up a little bit more. There. We'll just have something like that. Okay, let me put this down. You can get pretty carried away. I'm going to go ahead and use a 2-inch brush and just pull down a little bit. There we go. A little bit more, kind of. I just want to get as much of this paint as you can off. Excuse me. Excuse me. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and just, for double measure, pull out a kitchen towel or disposable napkin or whatever you got, and we'll just come in and just get yourself a little bit more of this. There we go. There. Maybe this. There we go. And just grab that. There we go. And I'll go like that, and I'll just take this and just go like this real quick and just blend down the bottom. There we go. Just don't like that. Okay, so now let's get back to using fan brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my little guy. This is a number 2, and I'm gonna come and go right into some white. And I think I'll just start over here for now and just kind of just rub in a little bit because it's so far away. There we go. Just maybe something like that. Okay, we'll come in, and I'm gonna start to just have some fun here. If you hold it like this and you just touch it, you can get some nice breaking. You see that? It's very, very nice breaking. You go ahead and just load it up, get some paint on there, and you can come in and and it'll just break free, just like that. Okay? And you can have some fun with this. So you can come in, maybe come around, and maybe this one comes in, and then switch it around because you got 2 sides, and then right down. And you get some really, really nice breaking. And all you're doing is let me see if I can get this angle right. Excuse me 1 second. But you're just letting the brush touch, and you just slide it down, okay? But you can have fun with it. You just get yourself some paint, and like I said, if you hold it like this, you can come in, it'll give you a little bit more control, and you can just come in. You can come in and do all types of stuff. Look at that. Look at that. And then same thing up here. Maybe it just comes in, maybe there, and you can just let it break, and you get some really awesome breaking, and it's got all these different grooves, and it's pretty cool. You can come in, and I don't know, let's say you want this to, maybe you can just come in like that, and you can have fun, maybe have some peaks like so, and then just come in and just kind of let it break. There we go. There. Just go like this to kind of smooth it a little bit so you can kind of get rid of some of those grooves. There we go. There. And just like that, you got some awesomeness. Come over here, maybe, yeah, maybe this like this, and then get some paint. Now I'm just going to grab a big old chunk and just have some fun. Let skip and do its thing. Look at that. And I can come over here, and maybe this guy, go like that. Come in. There we go. You can have a lot of fun with this. You know, at home, you take your time. Take your time. Come in. There we go. Maybe there. I'll just come in and all types of stuff. There. That's pretty cool. I'll come over here and just get a little bit softer. Just a little bit, just to get some of those grooves out. Just some of them. There we go. Okay, now we need a shadow color. So come over here and I'll take this. I'll just come over here and I'm going to grab some blue. There we go. And a touch of that mountain color. Might be a little bit too much. Want like a little bit there, something like that. And you just come in, grab some, and we'll come right back over here and it's the same thing. Maybe something like that. Grab a little bit more. We'll try over here. Let me try here first. There we go. Let me grab a little bit more. Little bit more. There. Just a touch up here. There. There we go. And then let me grab just a little bit more, just make a little bit more of that, a little bit more of that blue, and just a touch of that there. All right. And then over here, same thing. Real soft, just let it graze, and there you go. Maybe there's some right here. Maybe there's some right there. You know what? Maybe there's some right there. There we go. Come over here, and I'm going to use the little corner here and just get this little side and right there. Maybe right here. There we go. Oh man, I'm going to leave this stuff in the background dark, but I want to come in and just get a little bit of something else just for right now. Maybe right here. We will come in and just do something like that. Go like that. If you come in, you go like this, and then you soften it. There you go. You can, like I said, you can sit here all day with mountains. They're just a lot of fun. Maybe get a little bit more in here. There. Just a touch up here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just clean that a little bit. And I'm going to go right back into some white. I want to have some fun here. And maybe, I don't know, maybe there's a ridge that comes out right there. Let's brighten that up just a little bit more so it sticks out. Yeah, maybe something like that. And then come over here and always maybe something like this and come back there. Grab some more white and come in and just there. Now I'm going to come in like so. Just grab it. Make sure you get a lot. And I want to have some fun here. Maybe right here. Maybe right there. A little bit more. Maybe right here. There we go. You see the break-in that you get? I mean, awesome. Really cool. And maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll just come up and do something like this. Come up like that, and then maybe, there we go. Another nice little peak right here, coming down. There. And maybe it pops like so, and we'll just pop it this way. There we go. Like I said, you can do anything you want using all types of stuff. Right now we're just using this nice little fan brush. There we go. We'll go like that. And I'm going to grab a little bit more, maybe right there. Maybe we'll have this peeking up a little bit higher and down, and then all the way down. There. There. A little bit. Let's get a little bit of that shadow. Let me wipe this off. Just a little bit of that shadow. Maybe a little bit darker this time. A little bit darker. And a little bit more. Remember, a little at a time. A little at a time. I want it a little bit darker than that. There we go. I'm going to come right over here. There. Give that own little shadow. There you go. I think that's pretty cool. Maybe just a little bit right in there to darken that up just a tad bit. Maybe something like so. All right. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to pull out this blender brush and just underneath here, just kind of blend this out. Go like that a little bit. There we go. Just blend it out. Follow the contour of the mountain. Okay. Follow the contour of that mountain. Oh, hairs. Always hairs. You're going to deal with them when you got natural hairs. But there we go. A nice, beautiful mountain. With the palette knife, let's go ahead and mix up a nice lavender color. So I'm going to go ahead and use probably that much of the crimson and a little bit of the blue. Remember, that blue is way, way stronger. But so you want to start with a lot more of your pink stuff than you want of your blue stuff. And I'll come in like this, and let's just get a little mixture and see what we got. That's not bad. I'll take that. Okay. So I'm going to clean my knife here, and I'm going to grab a number 6 fan brush. Number 6, right? Yeah. I'm going to come in here and load up like so. There we go. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is just come in and kind of just put this, that's a little too red. I want it a little bit bluer. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more of that blue, and we'll come in. See, if you don't like it, you change it. So just don't like that. Hopefully that would be a nicer color. Put that down. And I'm going to take the same thing and go in here and try this all over again. All right. That should be better. There we go. I'm going to come in and just go like that. And then just come in and just going to put in these distant trees for right now. There we go. Just some distant trees for right now. Let me try to straighten this up a little bit. Always on an angle. There we go. Maybe something like that, and we'll just come in there. Okay. And then over here, I want to kind of do the same. Or maybe I'll start right here. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and just start right here and just start to tap in some trees. And I'm going to come down here because we'll do reflections. There we go. And I want this to be kind of on an angle. So we're going to start to kind of bring it down towards here. There we go. Let's get up in front of that. There. Yeah, there we go. I think that's good. We'll go ahead. There. And I want to do a little bit of the same thing over here as well. There you go. And all I'm doing is just tapping. We add a little bit of black in there because I'm starting to run out of color, so I'll just make it a little bit darker. There we go. All the way. So let me go ahead. I'm going to grab a little bit more of my crimson. There we go. And a touch of that blue. Maybe a touch more. There we go. And just get a little bit more. There we go. Clean that knife. 1 second here. There we go. And we'll go right back into here. Same thing. And I think just to make life a little easier, I'm thinking maybe we'll just do something like right along that line. And then this way we can follow and know exactly what we're doing. There we go. I'll come in and just keep popping that in there. There we go. Just keep popping that in there. There. And now I'm going to go into some of my black and kind of darken the front of this. We'll start over here. There. There we go. Grab yourself a little bit more. There. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my palette knife one last time here real quick. Go ahead and don't need that anymore. I'm going to go ahead and make a nice dark color because we're going to need it anyways. Nice big old pile. Sap Green and the same amount of your black. And I'll just come here and you just go ahead and get that mixed in nice and thoroughly. There we go. And maybe just a touch of that blue, make it a little bit darker. There we go. Scoop it out, clean your knife. Now let's go right back into what we were doing. There we go. And this will give us a nice dark color, but it's going to have some green and some black in it. There we go. And same thing here. Maybe we'll bring that. There we go. There you go. And the same thing here. There we go. Just darken it up. And the same thing. There we go. This way you get some nice colors. You're going to have the blue, and then we're going to highlight this black, so it's going to come out pretty nice too. And then over here, same thing. Same thing. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and crunch. Go ahead and crunch in there. There we go. There we go. Try to make sure. I'm sorry, I'm always on an angle because of the way the camera is, so there we go. And maybe we'll just leave it like that. Boom. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and for right now, just to kind of make a little bit of a reflection, I'm going to take this and come in and straight down, straight down, straight down, straight down. Best as you can. Best as you can. Like I said, I'm on an angle, so this is always a little bit tough for me. But there we go. And you just come in and very softly straight across. There we go. And instant reflections. And let's go ahead and I'm just going to take my palette knife and actually, yeah, I think I'll use the palette knife and just come in and just scrape a few little twiggies here or there. Maybe something over there. Most of this will be covered up, but at least we'll have some stuff there. Maybe. There we go. There, we'll make that our lead guy, and then maybe just a couple here or there, back here. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that. I'm gonna use, I think I'll use a different fan brush for this. So I'm gonna grab another a 3-inch brush or a number 3 fan brush. See that I got paint all over my finger. There we go. And I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna come and just right into this yellow here. I'm using cadmium medium. I'm gonna come in and grab. I think I'll grab a little bit of that phthalo for right now. and some of that Sap Green. There we go. And I'm going to come in and just get myself a little drip, just a little drip of some of my medium. All right. And I'm going to open up the brush. Remember, the light's coming this way, so you kind of want to stay a little bit more on the right side here. And you just come in and just tap, okay? And you know what? Give me 1 second. Let me open up my bucket here. I want to get a drip of some paint thinner. There we go. I'll come right back into here with that paint thinner. There. And grab a little bit of that. There we go. Same thing. So open those up. There. A little bit better. And then just come in and just pop in some bushes or some trees. Nice little leaves. And you're just using your fan brush. Here. Something like that. Come in like that. And boom, 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 boom. Okay. Open up those bristles, come in and touch. And you are good. There. Now I'm going to add some Sap Green into here. There we go. Get this opened up. Same thing, come over here. There we go. And I'm going to use that a little bit more on this side since it's a little bit on the shaded. Grab a little bit more of that sap. There. There we go. Grab a little bit over there. Same thing. Just here, there, just touch. Okay. You open up your bristles and it does everything for you. So all you got to do is just touch and everything pops off. Okay. There we go. There. You'll have a couple that there. And then let's get back to over here. Same thing. Just touch. There. Maybe right there. There. Different color. There. And let me go ahead and go like this. And then open this up. There we go. There we go. Gotta open up those bristles. Open up those bristles. Maybe add a touch of that phthalo green in there. That's a nice color. Watch. This should be a nice color if it pops out. There we go. And we'll get some of that over there. Maybe pop a little bit of that in there. There we go. We got a nice color, nice thing working. Okay. And I'm gonna come right back into here. And I'm gonna load it up like so. Okay. And I'm gonna come in and just kind of put in a little bit of land. There we go. There we go. Maybe. There we go. So we got some nice land working. And I'm gonna come over here and do the same thing. Maybe this comes out like so. I'm just gonna pull it for right now. Here we go. And I'm gonna come in and see my green starting to get all funky on me. There we go. There we go. And we'll just do something like so. All right. And I'm gonna put that down because I just need to just kind of push that in just a little bit. Kind of get rid of all those grooves in there. And I'm just gonna use this 2-inch brush to kind of do it. There we go. And of course I got a little hair, a little Ah, there, come on. There we go. Got it. All right. I'm gonna come in just like so. There. There we go. You get a little bit of some white. Come over here because I got all this yellow on here. Just lighten this up a little bit. And there. Try to get a little bit of color in there. Maybe. There we go. A little bit more over here. There we go. Just keep going back and forth to figure out what you want. So, again, just come over here and just very softly kind of push that in there. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put that down. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use my palette knife and I'm gonna go ahead and put in a little bit of a waterline. There we go. There. Just fix that. I don't like how. There we go. There. I'll come in. Do the same thing here. There. Come in. It's the same thing here as well. There we go. Maybe. There. Just fix that. It's a little thick. Maybe. There we go. I think that's okay. Go ahead. Clean the knife. I'm going to go ahead and use that big old number 10 fan brush and come into this dark color here. And I'm going to go ahead and start to put in some kind of land. Something like so. Maybe there. Come in. This don't matter. Just need it dark. Just come in and just fill it up. Just fill it up. There you go. And I'm just using the, might as well just get a little bit of black. Maybe get some of that brown, a little bit of black, and then get some in there. There you go. There you go. Just come in like so, just get some kind of land going here. And then maybe some grasses. So if you just come in like this and kind of lift up, make them a little bit darker here. I'm just going to go into straight black. Come in and there we go. There you go. And we'll put some stuff in there. There we go. So let's go ahead and build ourselves a nice big old giant pine tree. I'm going to go ahead and just get some paint here. Load it up. Make sure you got it on there. And we're going to come in and just put in a nice, I don't know, nice pine tree. Maybe right here. Straight down. And this is going to be tough. I haven't used the number 10 for a pine tree, so we'll all the same, okay? Just a little bit bigger. So you're going to come in and start to tap, and then start to work your stuff out. I'm going to go ahead and just get a drip. Oops, always hit something. I want to get myself a drip of that paint thinner. Should help a little bit here. A little thick. And like I said, just come in. There we go. And just tap those in. Like this side a little better. So we'll come in like I said, just load it up and just tap, tap, tap. We've got a lot of paint here, so just be careful. That's why you want to use a little bit maybe of that paint thinner. I'll add just a drip more, just in case here. And there we go. All the way down. And they say it's quicker to use a bigger brush, but I swear it's about the same. But let's go ahead and at least get some of these arms to come out a little bit more, get a little bit more symmetrical. There we go. There we go. Nice and dark all the way down. Okay. Let's go ahead and give this guy a little friend. Maybe, yeah, maybe a little bit bigger all the way down. Why not? And then same thing, touch, touch, and then just start working those arms out. And just start to work those arms out. There. There we go. There we go. Maybe we should do one more. Maybe we'll do one more. Maybe this one right here. Maybe we'll do something like this. All the way down. Why not? Let's get crazy. Let's ruin our mountain. There. And let's see if I can just straighten. I got some lines that are sticking out. Trying to get them to stay. There. There you go. There you go. Just like that. Okay, let's go ahead and put that down. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my palette knife. I'm going to grab some of this brown. Come over here. Grab some white. Go ahead and mix it in there. Give yourself a nice color. Like so. And I'm just going to grab a liner brush. Dip into just a drip of that paint thinner and just come in here. Grab a little bit of this. And just come in and just put in something. There you go. And same thing here, maybe right there. There you go. And let's go ahead and get this bad boy all highlighted. Let me clean that knife. And I'm going to go ahead and use that same number 10 brush. I'll dip into my white medium. I'm going to come right into here. I got all that dark color, and it's going to make just a nice dark kind of evergreen. There we go. Maybe a touch more of that. Grab a little bit more of that. There. Trying to make a nice evergreen color here. Okay. I'm going to come in. And I'll just start with this one. I'll put this guy in the back. And you just come up and touch. Touch. And just start working your arms back and forth. So you'll come down to the right and then a couple to the left. Down to your right and then a couple to the left. There. And then same thing. And you don't want every branch. You got to be able to show your shadow. Not every branch, but you just come in and that's basically it. Come in and just tap to the right and then to the left. There we go. Maybe right down to shadow. Okay. And then same thing. I keep going like this. I'll load it up and then I'll just push it a little bit and come up. Same thing. Just touch, touch, and then start working your right and then your left. your right, and then your left. There we go. Just like that. There we go. Same thing. Just like that. Maybe right there. Come in. There we go. And same thing. Maybe there we go. And same thing. Right into shadow. Okay. We got some beautiful pine trees working. I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and just get this guy going. I'm gonna grab another fan brush. I'm gonna grab some more brown. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna grab some of that white. There we go. Get a nice color here. Get a nice color here. And I'm just gonna tap and start working my way up. Just tapping right on the side of it. And then I'm gonna start to kind of work my way a little bit towards the middle. So it's like, and then this way you get a couple different, just different things. It gives you some texture, and then you can see like the little dark grooves, and then we'll go back and just add a little bit more white. But you start over here and kind of work, and all I'm doing is just tapping kind of softly actually, and that's it. And then there's everything. And you'll come over here and just grab yourself a little bit of white, and you just find a spot like right here, and maybe just a couple spots here, there, maybe right up top. Probably best. There we go. Grab a little bit more of that lighter. There we go. Just there you go. So it gives you some different stuff. And you're not doing much. You're just touching it and just touching. Okay. There we go. Maybe a little bit. There we go. So we got a nice tree working. I'm gonna go ahead and just cheat a little bit. And you know what? Actually, I'll show you how you can do maybe a couple of branches. Let me cheat at least a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and just get some paint thinner. And I'm gonna go right into my black here. And I'm just gonna come in and just there. At least get a couple nice little branches in here. Maybe there you go. See how I'm wiggling? That's how you get those beautiful branches. Just make sure your paint's thin enough and you can get away with stuff. Maybe we'll have this one come down here and maybe wrap around a little bit. Get a little bit more of that thinner. Get up in here. And then maybe it comes out and right on back. Why not? You do whatever you want. It's your world. Have fun. No one says you have to just do one thing. And while I'm up here, might as well at least there. Just for fun. Maybe have a couple of branches sticking out over here. I'll try to hurry up because I know it's just taking a little bit, but just a couple of things here, there. There we go. Maybe that's something. There. Perfect. And then real quick while I have this, let me just get a couple little, maybe there, something like that. All right, let me put this down with a clean fan brush. I'm using a number 10. I'm gonna go right into, I think I'm gonna go into some of my yellow ochre. And I'm gonna come in right about there. Maybe some yellow ochre and some white. Give me a second here. Just make that maybe look like a little bit of a beach. If I can get it bright enough. There we go. At least there's a little bit of a kind of a little bit of a beach. Maybe add a little bit of brown and some white and try to. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty decent, so I'll take it. So I'm gonna go into my yellow here, pull some of this down, like so. Kind of tap into it, and we're just gonna come in and just start to come in and start to put in a little bit of land, some grass, and I'm just touching, just touching. There we go. And let's go ahead and get a little bit more, maybe there. And same thing, just come in and just touch. There we go. Go like this, trying to, there we go. It's nice and rough, and you got some grass, and you got some other wonderful things. Let me get a little bit more. I just want, there. There we go. So, got a nice little lay of the land. It will come in and just touch right in here. There we go. Maybe just a little bit more right there. These little things kind of just give you a little bit more distance. I'm gonna go ahead and just put this guy down for right now. And I think I'm gonna grab this number 6. I'm gonna come into, I guess, let me mix up a little bit more dark. So I'm just gonna add some green and basically same amount of black. Just come over here, just make that nice and dark. There we go. When you pick up my number 6 fan brush, I'm gonna come in and just start to tap. Just start tapping. And once again, this is number 6. And I'm gonna come in and put in a couple of bushes here. And I'm just tapping, just like so. Just like so. Just tapping. We'll have ourselves a nice bush right there. Okay. Let's make this guy. Got some nice contrast right there. Go ahead and just make this guy a little bit bigger. Okay. Just like so. There. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe we can put a little something. Maybe right there. Why not? And we'll come over here. Same thing. And let's go ahead and get a nice big old bush right there. Okay. Nice big old bush right there. I want it nice and dark down here, and then there. Why not? Since we have it, make this guy a little bit bigger. Why not? Let's have fun. I got the paint, might as well use it. That's why we have paint. So let's go ahead and just try to make this look a little bit better, at least with the shadow. And this is basically it. So if you're hanging in there with me this entire painting, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking a moment out of your day to be able to watch this. That means a lot. I know it's a very busy world out there, so thank you again. So let's go ahead and just, there, just making these nice little bushy colors and different things. And I don't know, maybe we'll just have something right here just to add to it. Why not? There. There you go. Beautiful, huh? So I'm gonna go ahead And I'll scratch in a little bit, but we'll go back and use the liner brush. And I can also show you, also, I don't know where, you can use the back, excuse me, the back of your fan brush, and you can scratch in lines as well, okay? So, just using that, using the back of the fan brush, and gives you some decent lines, okay? Go ahead and get that cleaned off. And then I'll still just grab that little, just get a couple of thinner ones. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and use that same fan brush that had the dark color. I'm going to dip it now into some of my white medium. I'm going to go right into my yellow here. And I'm going to grab some of that Phthalo Green and get up in here. Get a little bit more. And then same thing. Open up those bristles. And I'm just going to come in and there. See that? You see the amount of texture that comes off just using the fan brush here. Let me grab a little bit more. Get a little bit more in there. There we go. And open that up. And let's see. There. Maybe right there. Same thing. Just come in and touch. Just like that. There you go. All right. Let's get maybe a little bit of that yellow ochre in here now. Open that up. Just a little bit. Maybe something like that. Keep the dark. Keep the dark. I know you want to kind of cover it up, but just keep that dark best that you can. There we go. Now let's go ahead and get this guy. I'll go ahead and just wipe off some of that color. And I'm going to grab a little bit more of that white medium. I'm going to go right into this yellow here. There. And I'm going to come in and just, there. There you go. There, just by tapping and touching, you can get all that beautiful stuff right there working. Check that out. Pretty cool, huh? Just like that. And then we got this guy over here. So I think I'll come over here into more of my Sap Green. Maybe add a little bit of my black. And same thing. There you go. Maybe add a little bit more there. There you go. So you got some nice, beautiful things. I'm going to go ahead and just use this fan brush right here and just come in and kind of, there we go. Kind of just, there we go. Kind of softly. There we go. And I just want a little bit of my brown. And I'm going to come in. Here. You get some shadow in there. And then you can tell. There we go. Very soft, just pulling it. There we go. And so you got some nice shadow. And with that, I think that is a beautiful painting. I'm going to go ahead and dip into my white medium. And actually I have some of this red. I don't want to forget about it. So I have some cadmium red. So I'm just going to dip into there with the white. And I'm just going to come in and just put in a couple of flowers. Just a couple flowers here or there. There we go. Just a couple flowers here or there. There you go. Maybe a couple more over here. Maybe just a couple more, maybe. Just these little red flowers. Little red flowers. There we go. And then just a couple. Let me see if I can get a little bit more. Little bit more. And then there. Okay, with that, clean that. Dip into my white medium. I'll just go right here. And I'll go ahead and put my John Hancock right here. Hope this was a good painting. If you are watching, thank you so much again. As always, if your paint's thin, there we go. It will slide right on over all this stuff, and you can put your name. And you can sign your name however you'd like. I like to use my first name. You can use your last. You can use initial, nickname, whatever. Till next time, please take care and stay safe.